Jessie Anyabila has been training horses for over 30 years. One day, he was cleaning out the stalls and putting the manure into bins.
I just probably had gotten to maybe the 6th or the 7th one. When I lifted it up, I just heard a big pop and felt a big sharp pain in the lower back.
When Jessie got home, he told his wife, Charmaine.
I looked at his back and saw that it was a little swollen.
Very shortly after that, I started developing a sharp pain down the back of my leg. So I went to the doctor. The doctor gave me an examination, and it indicated to me that, you know, it looks like you may have really severely hurt that muscle back there, and you may have a pinched nerve.
The doctor prescribed medications for pain and swelling, but they only worked temporarily.
So I went back to the doctor, and she said, well, I think we need to take this a little bit further. You need to see a specialist.
An MRI showed Jessie had a bulging disc. Given the choice of surgery or cortisone injections, Jessie opted for the shots. But when they wore off, he was still in pain, and it was getting worse.
And it just felt like there was like a knife in the back of my thigh with each step. At some point, I actually got to where I couldn't drive, couldn't walk very long distances. Even standing was painful, sitting was painful.
Jessie went back to the specialist and made an appointment for surgery.
That was a really, really difficult time because I had to wrestle with not only being able to enjoy riding, which I'd done for 30 years, I was wrestling almost with my mortality. I was like, wow, am I going to be able to do much of anything?
During this time, Charmaine had been praying for her husband.
I have faith that he would get better.
One day, she came home and turned on the 700 Club. Gordon and Terry were having words of knowledge for viewers.
I'm thinking, you know, I'm not so sure I really believe that people receive these kind of healings, but what do I have to lose by just giving in and giving it a try?
For someone, you've got a pinched nerve in your back.
So I actually put my hand over the back, and I closed my eyes, and I let myself be immersed into prayer.
God's healing that. There's numbness, there's pain, weakness, and God is restoring all of that for you right now.
It was really one of those calming kind of thing that came over me that really made me feel really good and warm and just, for the first time, relieved.
He did not immediately share with me. And then when he finally shared with me, I was like, hallelujah, you're healed. He had surgery scheduled, and I said, cancel the surgery.
Jessie took a little more convincing.
I still felt like this is going to come back. I didn't really, at that point, have complete faith.
That changed the day of his surgery.
I said to the anesthesiologist, I don't think he needs surgery today. And I explained the reasons why. He said, well, I guarantee he's not going to be healed like that. It'll be through medicines, through surgeries, through treatments like this. So when the doctor came in, he began to examine him, did some tests, and then he looked at him and says, why are you having surgery today? And then I clapped my hands and did like this because that was confirmation to him.
Once I heard it from the doctor saying, maybe we shouldn't do this surgery, I really recognized my blessings and that I had been healed.
Jessie got back in the saddle as soon as he could. Today, he's still riding and still pain-free.
You know, I have challenges where, you know, it's like, God, I want it now, but we have to wait in God's perfect timing because His timing is always best.